Hey guys, Michael here from Fish Tech for Beginners. Sorry about the delay for all the videos. I know it's been a while, but as I said on my comments, I've been really busy. But now I had a request for the biofilter I made, so go ahead and show you guys I made it. Well, one problem for today, I couldn't go outside and show you the cuts I made because it's so windy. You wouldn't be able to hear me anyway. But it's pretty simple stuff. It's not anything really hard to do. Basically, what I'm gonna do is go pick up a black PVC pipe. I like the black better than the white because the white over time will start getting, you can see the algae or anything else growing on it. The black's also, it just looks better after a while. It holds up more. What you're going to do is go pick up, well, I think it comes about 2 foot long, 3/4 inch diameter pipe. You can get it wider if you want it to, depending on your size aquarium. This is what I use. Basically, you're just going to pick it up, you're going to go measure the tank to see how tall it is, to see how long of the tube you need. My tank's about 11, 12 inches tall, maybe a little bit more. So I went about 2 to 3 inches shorter than the tank. That way you have room at the bottom and the top for it. You cut that to the length you need. Then also you will need to pick up at the Home Depot, let's see if you can get one of these off. Well, let me just use this one. It's just this cap right here. It's just it's a half-inch cap plug. That's basically all it is. You don't want with the ridges or any to screw on. You just want the smooth and the flat top. But after you get that, you're going to want to drill a hole big enough to put the pipe through, the airline, and you're going to drill 3 small holes in the top. Doesn't matter what size. Smaller the better, but just however big your pipe is, it's your size cap, just do the ratio to that to figure out how big of the holes you need to be. The size of the airline, you want the hole to be a little bit smaller than the airline's diameter. That way when it goes in, it makes a tight seal because you don't want air coming back through this part. Now, other stuff. Now once you have it all cut and you have the holes drilled on this side, I just went ahead and put it through because it's actually, this part might be a little difficult to get the pipe through, so you might have to work on it. That's why I just went ahead and left it like this. Drill some small holes along the bottom. Now you want to stay about 1.5 inches away, that way the gravel, because you want the gravel to come up to about right here, when the holes are above the gravel. Because if it's under the gravel, then you will start having an under gravel filter, which we do not want with this because under gravel filters don't even work that well. So go ahead and have the holes above it. Also get another cap, the same size as the one you put at the top, put your line through. That'll plug up the bottom, especially if you have shrimp. They won't somehow wiggle themselves, the gravel has moved, or this pipe has moved, and get themselves up in there. And they probably would die if they go up in here. So just go ahead and put that cap on there, it's better. You won't get trash up there. These holes are small enough to where it only lets small debris and water go through. Because remember, this is only a biofilter. This is not, I wouldn't use this as your main filter. It's more of a supplementary filter to add, especially for smaller aquariums. The filters that fit it don't have biological filtration. They just do mechanical or a little bit of chemical. This is just really good biological. It sits in the back. You can also put it in the middle of your tank, especially if a tank that was meant for having an underground filter and you decide not to use it, and you still want the look of the top pipe in the middle. This can be right in the middle, and you can just build your rock barrier on the top to hold it still, or you can get a like a plastic disc, about big enough to where you sit around the bottom. Get aquarium silicone that's used for the aquarium glass to make the seal. Put it on the bottom, and then you have the disc on the bottom, and you put the rocks on top of that, and then this will not move around. So that's another way you can go with it. Now once you have all of this cut and ready to go, you want to pick up yourself some of these bio pellets. Some. Now they're normally filtration parts or materials for other aquariums, other filters, but you can, especially if these come in these little bags, you can cut the bag open and reuse them for yourself. They're basically just little clay or something, I don't know, kind of like a terracotta pot almost. So you got the very porous that allows bacteria to go in there and grow. This is a good home for the for bacteria growing, and it's perfect to fit right in the pipe. Another way you can go is getting aquarium filter, aquarium sponge filtration, which is just a sponge filter material, anything like this. It's meant to go in an aquarium. You would just pack it in there, and this makes a complete seal, and now you have basically a sponge filter. And you would just pack it all the way down. I would pack it all the way down to the very bottom, or actually no, you could pack it all the way down to the bottom, but now you're gonna have the second problem. You're gonna have to put your air stone, which I don't have an air stone with me right now, so I'm just gonna use the tube. But you want to go pick up an air stone that's the round cylinder ones. They're about that long and about that wide. The blue ones, you know, they're about 89 cents or so. They're very cheap. You're gonna run that to the very bottom. Then you would pack on all your filtration material, your sponges, your little clay things right here, terracotta or something like that. They're just filters, rocks basically. Just pick up some of those bio rocks, and you would pack that all the way down to on top of the air stone, which would then the air stone would pump in oxygen or just air into this, causing a vacuum. It would suck in the water in from here because air is going up here, pushing the water out from the top, and water is getting pulled through here, which causes your filter. Now let me put this together real quick and show you guys kind of how this works. Now what you're going to do, cut that piece, cut us about something like this. Now, for your air pump, you're going to pick up a check valve because you don't want the water from this system getting back in here. Electrical fire, very bad. Also, pretty much anything you use, anything with air, I would definitely go ahead and pick up a check valve. It's just precautionary, especially if you got those homemade CO2 things. The CO2, it's just a bottle with yeast and water, sugar. If water gets back in there, it can overflow and cause a blowout. And basically, you'd have nasty smelling water everywhere. Possibly electrical fire if you have it next to an electrical outlet. Okay, now once that is hooked up, you would stick the air stone. I don't have one though. You would stick the air stone down here with the tube, stick it all the way through to the very bottom. Just gauge on how long it needs to be because you want this tube to be straight. You don't want to have that. The less of this pipe you have in there that you don't need, the more material you can put in there. Go ahead and throw in some of these. Just throw in a few. Just go ahead and throw as many as you can fit in here. I'm just going to put a few. You want to put this down. This part can be a little tricky. Sometimes you don't want to go in. There we go. And that's it. That is your tube. Now, your air stone, remember, would be at the bottom. Then right here or so would be where your filter material would start, and then it'll go all the way to top. The water will come through these holes. You just need about 2 rows of the holes and come out the very top where you see the bubbles coming out. This goes down to the bottom. Make sure it's all the way submerged. My cup isn't big enough, but you'll get the point after I get this started. Now, if you can see, I hope you can see with the camera, you'll see bubbles coming out through the top. Now, it's getting sucked in from the bottom. The water's going through the tube and out the top because basically the air is displacing the water, forcing it to go out the top, and then water wants to rush in to take its place. So then this will constantly be working and filter your aquarium out. I don't know how fast it will filter it, but it should be a good supplementary filter. Or I would even say maybe for a very small aquarium with a very low bio load, like if you have small shrimp or something, this could be your main filter. But don't quote me on that. Like use that at your own risk if it doesn't work. Also, let's go ahead and stop this because we all understand this how to work now. Also, instead of drilling, some people like to heat, like get a hot piece of like a soldering rod and making very, very small holes right there. If you do that, you could possibly burn yourself if you not know what you're doing. So, once again, do that at your own risk. I didn't do it because I don't trust myself with it. And well, Can't get this part. That's the only problem with this can be, you might need to get a very small screwdriver or flathead and kind of pry this up to whenever you want to change it. Now, if you're just doing this as a biofilter, I would not worry about changing this at all unless you see it's clogged. And if it's clogged, you would undo this, take some aquarium water that you're doing an aquarium water change. You would rinse it out only in the aquarium's water. Do not rinse it out in tap water. You will kill all your bacteria that's part of your biological filtration, and you basically have just ruined this whole thing. So, if you're just using biological filtration, once a year, I would every now and then, at least once a year, I would take it apart, make sure nothing's clogged, you didn't get anything nasty up in here. Now, it will be, looks like slime and stuff. That is the bacteria colonies. As long as it's not clogging the holes and just make this thing is just not horribly nasty. Just leave, don't worry about cleaning it too much. Remember, only in aquarium water. If you clean, tap water has chlorine in it and will kill all your bacteria. But, trying to think if I forgot anything else for this. I don't think so. And that is very simple. It's also easy for you to do anything else you want to do with this, like your own customizations. Any filter material that you want to put in here can go in here. Filter sponges, these bio pellets here. You can also, if you have a large enough tube, you can even put those bio balls. You can put charcoal. You can put carbon in here, but you would have to get a very, almost like a pantyhose material that's very small holes. That way the carbon does not come out, but the water can go in. So make sure you get something that's working that, because you don't want activated carbon coming out of this. Could be nasty in your fish tank and even kill your fish or hurt them. Yeah, so also if you have you're watching this video and you see some way to improve this, or you build this and you're like, whoa, I did this and it looked pretty cool and it's working pretty well, just make a response video showing us what you did, and everyone will greatly appreciate that. I know I will. I would love to see how other people change this up and do something else with it. So yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, just leave comments and I'll answer them. Also, please subscribe to my channel and there will be more videos. And I promise to all my subscribers that I will not be waiting a month to make another video. I know what I'm going to have to do now to get these videos out sooner, and hopefully I won't be swamped again. So take care, guys.